Hello and welcome inside the Football Man Cave. I am Ian and we are joined with Lovey once again. Lovey, I want to start with something, right? This is what I want to start with. So we put something out last week about a FIFA 22 hack. No, I didn't know it at all, and I've been playing FIFA fucking God knows how long. Anyway, it seems that you are quoted as a modern day Einstein due to your FIFA hacks.
Mate, the best one I've read is the fucking hell. This guy acting like he discovered Victoria's Secret. Mate, that tickled me, that one. Did someone else say?
Man waited 2 minutes to tell us something we already know.
It took him 2 minutes to tell us something that we already know. Mate, there's some funny ones on there.
Do you know what I love? Like when you get something like TikTok. Just the comments, just half the time make the video because they just go off, don't they? People
get proper upset with it and that though.
Yeah.
But like, if you're gonna put yourself out there, you've got to get a bit of stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's always going to be an element of stick that you're going to get. But
I mean, for the one or two that comment, there's another 7 or 8 that don't know it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, if you know it, it's like, fucking hell, mate.
Don't
you're not telling us nothing new here.
Don't forget though, like we're appealing to guys like us. Like guys in our late 30s, early 40s, that just love playing career mode FIFA. So most of us guys aren't on fucking social media checking for the latest hacks.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And when someone...
Do you know what I missed? This is something we're going to probably get to.
Fucking hell, mate, I'm on one here.
I know, but remember we used to get a booklet with all the instructions?
Oh, mate, I never looked at instructions.
I love reading instructions.
No, I'm not for that. I'm not for the instructions. I remember when things come through on EA Sports, when you used to buy EA Sports on a Mega Drive, and it'd have like the cartridge would come and then you'd have the instruction book. Like I used to buy the American football games, the Madden games all the time. Fuck the instructions. I used to just dash the instructions and just play. Now they don't come with instructions.
No.
So people used to lose their head. Like people around our age used to lose their head, didn't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, mate.
Yeah, I still do. Fucking love instructions. We won't get a game or something. Say like Christmas, kids have got a game. Let me read the instructions first and find out how to play this. And wife will go, just play it. Yeah. How do you if you want to play if you don't know the instructions?
I'm just a doer, me. I just have a go of it and see how fucked up it gets and then learn from that. That's kind of what I do.
No chance.
It was funny. I mean, in the morning you sent me like after you posted it, you sent me like a screenshot of all the people's comments and that. But mate, I love the banter like that. This is why I love football. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing better than the changing rooms and getting dug out when you say something and people dig you out, or you're passionate about something and people have you for it. Like, I don't know why people get caught up on the comments and get like upset with comments. Do you know what I mean? You know, like when people are like, oh, this person's bullying, they shouldn't say that. These guys are going to do this. They're going to like, mate. It's just people.
Shit.
It's just people chatting shit behind a thing, and some of it's comedy gold.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff that you read is funny.
You fucking laugh your bollocks off.
Mate, when it was coming through, it was making me laugh. I don't mind that at all.
But like, you got to expect to, like I say, put something out there.
Of course you have.
I've got to expect it, but obviously you can imagine on a bigger scale getting loads of shit every day. It's a little bit different, but I think for us,
I'd thrive off it, mate.
It's FIFA, isn't it?
Hey, give me as much shit as you want. I don't even care. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not like them people that say they don't care and actually do care.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Please leave me alone. This is upsetting. Like it's just all. Like I like comedy and I like banter and I like fun, and you do as well.
Yeah.
So mate, just keep.
That's it.
Keep
the thing is, and I've always kept it through social media is. You see them in the street, they won't say nothing to you. They wouldn't, would they? Especially half of them young kids. You know what I mean? They won't say shit unless they're in a group. So it's a lot of bollocks. Anyway, Lovey's tales. We're going Pierre Van Hooijdonk.
Do you know what's crazy, mate? I've done my research on this guy, and I thought there's going to be some gold. You know, like Balotelli-esque gold, or just another head case like Zlatan that just does mad stuff. Guy wasn't that mad. He wasn't that
disappointing.
Yeah, he wasn't that mad.
So I hope you enjoyed Lovey's tales this week.
So we're done.
Pierre Van Hooijdonk, not that mad.
He's alright, not that mad. A decent guy.
I think because he went on like Hooid off on Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
You just think.
Well, it's because of what we know, of what we've seen. But like, it's interesting still. The stuff, the lead up to it, but the Nottingham Forest stuff is the only crazy shit that he did.
Is it?
Yeah, he didn't do any crazy shit anywhere else. Do you know what I mean? So he has a quote, and I can't pronounce one of the words, so I might have to spell the word out to you, so you know what it means. I still don't even know what it means. Yeah, so again, I'll welcome the ribbon of being thick and not knowing how to read on socials. So in quotes, this is so like I said, I always get different articles from different people, and then pull the best bits together. So credit to all of the guys that wrote the articles. It's not me that's found all this info and I'm bringing it to you. It's just different articles that I've read. So quote is, I am desirous. What's that? Desirous? Is that
desirous? Yeah. Desirous of a football.
So I am desirous of a football career. Like, I don't know what that means.
Just loves it, doesn't he?
But the fact that he stands there, and by the way, like he said that when he was at RBC Roosendaal. So that was his first club.
Never knew he started off at Roosendaal. Did he go on the ice peaks?
Roosendaal FC. So yeah, in Holland he started at RBC Roosendaal, and where there was financial trouble, they were obliged to have to play youth players. So again, a FIFA career mode in the making.
Yeah.
So they had to get rid of all the top players. There was a lot of injuries, so they had to use all the youth team players. This was in the 88-89 season.
Desirous, having or characterised by desire. Still not clear for me.
It still doesn't make any sense to the statement that he makes about himself.
The Pope was desirous of peace in Europe.
Kanye West said he's a god. This guy's saying he's desirous. So in the 1988-89 season, they were that RBC Roosendaal was struck with injuries. They had to get rid of a load of players because they didn't have no money. And then they had to bring in the youth team players. So Van Hooijdonk made his debut as a substitute. While playing as a sub, he come on off the bench. This is madness. And he scored 3 goals. Yeah, as a debut, first professional game.
To be fair, as a debut goes, can't get any better.
You can't, and the bad thing is like, how many of those kids like Makeda, even Rashford to an extent, that come on the scene because of injuries and suspensions, and they've had to just play this kid. Well, this is what happened to Van Hooijdonk. So he came on as a sub. Doesn't tell me what time he come on at, which would be interesting to know. Because if you come on in like the 75th minute, he scored 3 goals.
Yeah. Come on in 10th.
Yeah. come on straight away. So yeah, he scored an hat-trick, and then he became the club's main striker. After the club's main striker suffered from injury, he played almost the majority of the season. At the end of that year, NAC Breda paid 400,000 guilders for him.
Fuck's that?
I don't know what a guilder obviously is Dutch money, right? Before the euro. But I wouldn't know what that translates, like what that converts
Sounds
to.
like farmers' money.
It sounds like women. You got to give 400 guilders for him. But in the time at NAC, he scored 81 goals in 115 appearances. So on one of the articles that I read, it said that he's like, you've got your PSV Eindhoven, you've got Ajax, you've got Rotterdam. Yeah. And they're saying like he's broke into the scene, finished top goal scorer at Breda. He turned up there when he was in the equivalent of the Championship, the First Division.
Right.
Then he got into the Eredivisie with them. But he was a top player for him. They then sold him to Celtic.
Right.
So
he's gone from. I thought he'd gone somewhere else.
No. So what happened was, while he was playing for this NAC Breda, the Dutch manager at the time was saying, you need to play at a more prestigious club to get into the Dutch side, because at that time,
you're not going nowhere.
In the 89-90 season, you're going to look at, there's going to be a lot of players that are frigging well better. You know what I mean? I don't know if your Burkamps and that have been around that time.
I don't know, but Holland, even in Holland '96.
I was going to say they've always had top players. Van Basten would have still been in the squad, so he would have needed to be at a more prestigious club. So he played at Breda between 89-90 season all the way to 1995. So he signed for Celtic in January 1995, making his league debut against Hearts at Hampden Park. And he made an instant impact where he scored a stunning strike for the opening goal. So he's known for scoring screamers, wasn't he?
He had a bit of a thunder bastard on him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. In the 1995-96 season, Hooijdonk scored 32 goals, including 26 league goals. He finished as top scorer. Even though he didn't pick up any trophies with the club, he was the club's standout player and one of the standout players in the league. And I think that, like, the Scotland League wasn't the Scotland League that we know now. Back then, like Celtic and Rangers used to challenge for Europe and stuff, didn't they? So in the 96-97 season, that's where it all goes a bit pear-shaped. A row with the Celtic chairman / owner, which is never a good thing.
No.
Having somebody that's the chairman and the owner and the manager and the kit man, like,
and Bobby Charlton.
pretty much, mate. We say that every episode, but honestly, I can't. If you're the chairman and the owner, and you're probably doing other stuff behind the scenes, you're always going to bump heads with football players. It was called Fergus McCann. This would rumble on. As a result, he often ended up on the bench. And then the manager of the Dutch national team, which was Gus Hiddink, told him, "You're going to have to leave Celtic because you need to be playing to get in the squad." So he's obviously been in the setup, the international setup, for a bit now. He eventually left Celtic over a wage dispute towards the end of the 96-97 season, stating that the reputed £7,000 a week rise he was being offered might be good enough for homeless people to live on, but it's nothing for an international superstar striker. And that's kind of like, this is kind of like probably he's probably at his most arrogant, leaving Celtic, and then that's where he goes to Forest. So he joined Forest in March 1997, where there was no transfer windows back then. So it was at the end of March. So like the window closes in Jan these days, doesn't it? But he's joining with like 19 games to go or something like that.
I can't remember when it changed over, mate.
I can't remember. Nah.
Early 2000s, I think.
Yeah, I reckon it must be in 2000. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Anyway, so he joined a struggling Forest team who was fighting relegation. They was in the Premier League at the time. Forest were relegated, where as he came in with lots of hope, he scored 1 goal in 8 games that he played, but he immediately pledged his future to help the club regain its Premiership status, which is pretty decent for a guy that jumps ship.
Was Clough there? Clough?
He might have been. I don't know.
Because he got relegated, didn't he? And then he retired. So
that might have been the relegation season. It doesn't really tell me what the year was. The following season, Forest won the league title and gained promotion. Let me have a look. So, with that, he scored 34 goals, building a good partnership with strike partner Kevin Campbell, who scored 23 goals as well. He was a regular in the Dutch national team and was named in the Dutch squad for the 1998 World Cup, where he scored as a substitute against South Korea. Next season, Forest sold his strike partner Kevin Campbell, who was his best mate, to Trabzonspor. And that's where he's done a podcast about going to Turkey and it being like a foreign language. He does it with Graham Hunter, who's probably, in my opinion, one of the best sports reporters who gets it on the nose, mate. He used to do La Liga, Revista de la Liga all the time. He called the Ronaldo move from United to Real Madrid way before anybody else did, and he called the Ronaldo move from Juventus, from Madrid back to Juventus. If you don't know who he is, Graham Hunter is most of the things that he says, well, if not nearly all of the things that he talks about, that he reports on, he's pretty much bang on. Yeah, and he does it before anyone else as well.
If you listen to the Kevin Campbell one with Under the Cosh, it's like a 2-part, but makes it hilarious. He goes on about like all that. Yeah. So it must have been while Clough was there. The next season they sold his strike partner to Trabzonspor, and Kevin Campbell got sold to Trabzonspor because they told him they was going to give him a wage increase when they got promoted, but they didn't. And I remember Kevin Campbell saying on the podcast that he was waiting. He was deep into pre-season and he'd not been given this new contract. He was just playing for nothing, training for nothing. So then that's why he went to Trabzonspor. They started to drop Scott Gemmell and like phase him out of the club so they could get a sell for him. And sold the club captain Colin Cooper to Middlesbrough, who were the promotion rivals, who finished second. That's mad, That's stupid. Yeah, stupid. Anyway, it must have been financial stuff. Van Hooijdonk, then this is where the Forest gate starts happening. So Van Hooijdonk asked for a transfer request. The club's new owners, that's obviously why there's new owners involved. So that's why it's all gone tits up. They refused. Van Hooijdonk announced that he'd been told previously that he could leave the club at the end of the 97-98 season if
if he wishes to do so. And he felt betrayed by the club's new owners, who had failed to deliver on their promise to him regarding the strengthening of the team, because they're just getting rid of players, but they're not bringing anybody in to help him out. And that he felt that he could no longer play for his employers, Forest. Despite that, they refused allowing him to be transfer listed, so Van Hooijdonk announced his intentions to strike via an interview on TV. So that's where we remember him from. So he's come on national telly. So it's like being on Sky Sports News, doing an interview with a player and him just going. I mean, I remember it was sunny and he was sat in his shorts on a chair,
just chilling.
And he's got his legs out straight. He's got his arms folded, and he goes, "I'm going on strike." And I don't think anybody's ever heard of a player say that before. So yeah, he said he was going on strike. And he kept fit by moving back to his old club, NAC Braden, just training with them.
Just having a ball.
just went back home and just trained while he was on strike. Because of his behaviour, Van Hooijdonk received loads of criticism from fans and teammates. And Steve Stone and manager Dave Bassett at the time, they created lots of problems for him, like saying that he should be back at training. But if you look at it, really, like, they've sold all the best players that got them promoted.
Yeah.
They've promised him that they was going to re-strengthen the squad. They didn't. He was the standout best player, and he wanted to leave, but they wouldn't let him go. And then they're like, "Bear with us. We're going to bring people in."
Yeah.
And he's gone on strike because it's like, you're making the club worse. So why should I stay here?
A bit like Rooney United when
he
sold Ronaldo and Tevez. He went in, didn't he? Went, right, what's
going on? Yeah.
And
like,
if you care for a club as well, you want to progress.
Exactly.
You've got to go, right, what's going on?
Exactly. If you're getting backlash off players and fans about not playing, he's staging a strike because the club isn't going the way it should be going. If anything,
like, the fans will be like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
Nowadays, I reckon they would do. But if anything, the captain and the manager should have backed him.
Yeah.
Should have said, and how's Dave Bassett not going into that office and going, "Mate, why are you selling all my players? I've got no squad." And I mean, it's my first season back in the Prem. We've bounced back, and
you're killing me off, aren't you? Basically,
you just setting me up to fail. The club refused to listen to offers for him, and there was loads as they needed a top striker to help them get away from the relegation position that they was in. Obviously, because they sold all the frigging players, and Van Hooijdonk was on strike. He realised that he had no choice, and he agreed on the return, sporadically playing between then and the end of the season. He played 19 games, 19 starts it says, and he scored 6 goals. And it was like flicks. He'd play a game, he would decide not to play. He'd play a game, he'd decide not to play. But like, for every other part of his career, after that he left and went to Vitesse in Holland in the 98-99 season for 3.5 million, pretty much. Isn't that a bad thing? Yeah, scoring goals again. Then Benfica bought him. Went to Benfica, did really well. Reunited with his Celtic teammate. Well, one or two of his Celtic teammates. It was called the Three Amigos in Celtic. Jorge, Cadet, and him. And I don't know who the other guy was. Did all that. It said, what does it say? I'm just reading this. The new chairman at the club. So a new chairman took over at Benfica, who was flying, and the new chairman took over at the club and had no faith in Hooijdonk and said, "I don't want him. He's not good. So we need to look at fresh and new talent." Moved him into the seconds, so he played in the second teams for Benfica in the 2000-2001 season, and then he contacted Feyenoord and they let him go to Feyenoord on a free. It's mad that, like, all of his blights seem to be with Chairmen. Yeah. So the Celtic one was a bit of an issue, hasn't he? Celtic one was a Chairman. Forest was Chairman. Benfica, massive club.
Fucking going straight into the top pay, lads.
What do you know, Mr. Manager? Like, you won't be here in 3 weeks anyway.
You're not financing it all.
Yeah, went to Feyenoord, had a good stint at Feyenoord, and then played for Fenerbahce. And later in his career, he was just flitting about all over the gaff. Went to Fenerbahce for a bit, and then FC Groningen, and then finished his career. His honours. Mate, I thought he was a bit more of an head case than that, but he just had it in for Chairman, didn't he? By the looks of things.
Yeah, I mean, just didn't get on with power, did he?
Yeah, the bit where he said like £7 grand bonus a week, extra a week, is what an homeless person would get. That's a bit of a piss take.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But most of the people that listen to this don't earn £7 grand a week. And he's moaning about a £7 grand increase, by the way, on his 35 grand a week wages, what he probably would have got. But he won a Scottish Cup. He won the First Division for Nottingham Forest. Feyenoord UEFA Cup, Fenerbahce Super League twice, individual honours, Scotland top goal scorer, PTFA Player of the Year, Football First Division top scorer and Player of the Year, Nottingham Forest Player of the Year, UEFA Cup top scorer, Eredivisie top scorer, Dutch football top scorer, Turkish Footballer of the Year. So even all the way to the end of his career, he was still doing all right.
Still balling,
yeah. And I'm just looking at his league record. At that Roosendaal, scored 33 goals in 69 games. Like we're talking about, like what you always say, a 1 in 2 striker back then was classed as world class. I didn't realise his stats wise. NAC Breda 81 in 115 games, Celtic 44 goals in 69 games, Forest 36 in 71, and he was bit part in that. Vitesse 25-29, so he scored 25 goals in 29 games. Went to Benfica, scored 19 in 30. And I bet them over 10. I bet he was on a goal a game at Benfica until that Chairmen came.
Yeah.
And then he was just left out. That's mad. That. How bad's that? Feyenoord 52-61, Fenerbahce 32-53, NAC Breda. This is at the end of his career. 5 in 17, Feyenoord 8 in 37. A total of, this is just league goals. This, by the way, 335 goals in 551 games. 14 and 46 for Holland. No. The guy was all right.
Not bad, was it?
He was decent. Like all I knew of him was how much of a not right he was.
Yeah.
But mate, he could find that. He knew where the back of the net was there.
You're right, he was.
Yeah.
Right. The first transfer window, I found it.
Go on.
Hazard a guess. This is according to Wikipedia. This. Can't find anyone else.
Right. I was going to say, do we trust Wikipedia?
We will do.
We do for this. Right. I'm going to say 2010.
Ooh, you see, I have no idea. I can't even remember it starting, I'll be honest with you. I'd have probably gone 2004, 2005. No. However, according to Wikipedia, 2008.
Is it?
It started.
I was going to say, I bet, like when you said 2000s, early 2000s, I thought in my mind, do you know what? I reckon it's probably a little bit.
I thought it was around when like Abramovich took over Chelsea.
No,
I thought it was around then,
but did he not take over in 2009?
No, 2004, 2003.
Did he? Has he been in charge for that long?
Yeah, if you remember Mourinho coming and he blitzed the league 2005, 2006.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when Ranieri took over and he got him second?
Yeah.
Massive cup run, won the FA Cup, did he as well?
I can't remember.
Won summit.
Well, yeah, Abramovich come in, Ranieri were manager, weren't he?
Chinned him off.
Yeah. Off your pop, lad. Off your pop. Hey, I sent a tweet the other day, right? It made me piss. It was loosely linked to Celtic. Van Hooijdonk. So the tweet was, Celtic been knocked out of the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Europa Conference League in one season.
Fucking hell.
And then someone put in, and they're going to smash the Premier League, and like...
Oh, right, yeah. It's that old argument that people used to have, didn't they? If Celtic and Rangers are in the Premier League, they'd finish in the top 4.
Mate, I mean, I've not done no research on that, but that's got to be some kind of record. To be knocked out of all 3 Europe competitions in one season.
Yeah, it's going to be because the Conference League's only just started this year.
Yeah.
So it's
some shit record, that, isn't it?
It's got to be someone else that's done that.
I don't know.
In that same season.
Unless you're getting knocked out the...
So they would have got knocked out of the prelim. They would have got... Oh no, because they was in the Champions League proper, was it? No, they wasn't. They got
the prelims, were they?
Yeah, so I reckon they got knocked out of the prelims.
Into Europa.
Knocked out of the group. Knocked out of the group, went into the Europa Conference League, and then got beat in that. By
that proper weird Bodo Glimp team, whatever the fuck it's called. When I first seen that, I thought it was 2 teams playing each other.
Bodo Glimp.
Yeah. I thought like they were slashing. I thought it was a bit funky, didn't it? Slash in the middle.
That's mad. That. That's just a. But and then before that, I remember watching the Celtic Rangers game where they smashed Rangers. They beat them 3-0.
Yeah.
Beat them 3-0. That was like.
You looked at it
and you thought, right, they're on this. Yeah. They're on this takeover mission now, and then you've just given me that stat where I'm like, ugh.
How do you think Celtic and Rangers would do?
Now?
Yeah.
Not great.
I did a FIFA sim on the back of this. I put Celtic and Rangers in like this season, basically.
Can I just say before you give us the info on that? Like, I think now, and this is going to be controversial. I'll probably get pure shit off this one. I don't think they'd get out of the Championship now.
No.
I think they'd struggle to get out of that dreaded Championship. That's what I think.
Years ago,
I reckon,
when we were talking with 2000s, they're probably top 6.
I reckon all the way up until the 2010s.
When they're like Larson's. And
I reckon even just after that, up until the 2010s, I reckon did probably finish around mid-table Premier League.
Do you think the relegation and all what happened with Rangers just dropped that Scottish
standard?
league?
Yeah, drop the standard.
And the Celtic then were like, fuck, you won't got Aberdeen or Arts, we'll piss them.
Yeah, and then Arts ended up getting relegated because they had no money.
So do you think the Arts went out of it at that
100% because the money's gone out of it.
Yeah.
So because Rangers didn't have no money, Rangers and Celtic can keep that league afloat. So they buy players from the teams around them, which then gives them revenue.
Yeah.
Which then they can make their teams better, and that helps. The bigger Rangers and Celtic are, hence why they'll never leave Scottish football, because that division will just be like the Welsh League.
Yeah.
After that.
I've never got why it's over 4 divisions, mate. Because, I mean, I've played a FIFA, and you play each team 4 times, and I'm like, fuck me.
Yeah, just do 2 or 3 divisions.
Just have 2 divisions, a Premier League Championship, and just play each other twice.
It must be, because it's a big little country. It's a decent size country.
It's basically, if you're outside of Glasgow, Edinburgh, you're trekking out.
Yeah, and that's what I think. I think that then the travel for the players, the travel for the fans would just be a headache. So
But,
so 4 divisions are well too many.
Yeah. Playing each other 4 times, you'd just be bored. I was bored.
Boring, yeah.
So I swapped out. So Celtic Rangers are 3.5 stars each. So I swapped out Brentford and Norwich, who were 3.5 stars. First season, Celtic finished 15th.
You did 5 seasons.
I was just going to do 1 season. I thought I'll just do over 5
to see what happens. Yeah.
Sort of funniest though, I took over Burnley, and I thought I'll be a team.
So that you don't get relegated, you don't have nothing to do with them.
No, nothing to do with them, and I've got no influence. And Burnley, let's be honest, I'm never getting sacked from there because their objections are like shit.
What happened?
Got sacked. Got sacked after the 2nd season, and then I went up, and then obviously you get loads of jobs, don't you? So first one I just took it, Sheffield United, right? Took that season half, got sacked, and then the first job that come back up. Burnley. So I went back to Burnley and finished it off. I thought, fucking hell. Anyway, Celtic, first season, 15th. Rangers got relegated on goal difference. Right? So then the 2nd season, Celtic got relegated at 18th. And Rangers got promoted by finishing 3rd in Championship.
Wow.
Celtic won the Championship by like a country mile. And Rangers finished 17th. 4th season, Celtic finished 16th, Rangers finished 17th, but stayed up only on goal difference. And then the last season, Celtic 15th, Rangers 14th. And I think probably that is a fair reflection as to what happened.
What would happen? I think it'd be realistic.
It'd be like a Norwich, wouldn't it?
Or would they? Being able to, because the massive clubs, aren't they? The massive clubs, would they be able to generate more revenue in the Prem? Which then would. Because Glasgow's an unreal city.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And if they're playing in the Premier League, they're going to encourage more players to come to them. There's going to be more of an incentive for a player to join Celtic and Rangers.
Yeah, there's that side of it, isn't there? So more money, because obviously they're the top earners in Scottish football at the minute, but you take it to the Premier League. I think, me personally, they're going to be at best like a mid-table team.
Yeah.
They're going to be like a Southampton.
They're going to lose a lot of money as well, aren't they? Because they're not going to be in the Champions League and Europa. So it'll be a graft for them. Like I remember when people used to talk about. I remember when the FAs were seriously talking about it at one point, and I remember them saying, right, well, what we'll do is we'll drop the Premier League to 18 teams, and then we'll bring them to in the Premier League, and then all the other teams started kicking off. Saying that's not fair. No. If they want to come into English football, they've got to start in League 2 and work their way up. And it was like, well, financially that don't work for us, mate. Like, so it probably, if you put them in a Championship, they wouldn't get out. I don't think. I mean,
it's a tough league anyway, that isn't it?
Mate,
to be fair,
they say it's the toughest league in the world to get out of.
I mean, on FIFA terms, they've done well to get out of it for the time, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
To be honest. But I just thought that was interesting. That what I want to do next, what I said, is I want to create the very first Premier League with all the teams, Oldham, Swindon.
You can't though, can you? Because it's 24.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I just have to have 2 dodgy ones in there for crack.
Still put Oldham in there.
Yeah.
Just take Oldham out.
I wanted Oldham in.
Is it?
I think there were 2 Sheffield teams, so I just flick a coin. Weren't Sheffield United Sheffield Wednesday in it?
Both of them. I think it was 24.
After have a look.
Sure it was. 92, 93 season.
Yeah. I think I was going to do it and play it as Oldham, but I thought, fuck that. No way.
Nah.
That's relegation tackle.
Are they still on the... Yeah,
they're on the up now.
Are they?
Yeah, John Sheridan's gone in.
They're climbing out of relegation?
I'm going to get the table up right now.
Oh my
God.
But
John Sheridan's gone in and got them ticking. Basically, I know they've been grabbing points and grabbing wins. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, they're actually unbeaten since he's gone in.
Really?
No.
Mate, isn't that his like 5th stint as well?
Ah, fuck knows.
And he's been there for about like 36 years or something. He's been and gone like over a 36-year career, played for him, did everything, didn't he?
Yeah, if you don't know, we always have a little thing about Oldham that they've not won anything. Will it be 30? Is it 30 years?
32? 31 years?
Well, 92 was the last time, because didn't they?
So it's 30, yeah.
So it'll be 30 years.
But not only have they never won anything, they've never gained promotion.
No, it's just been a downward
In
slope.
30 years, all they've done is maintain the league status or get relegated. That's all they've done. Mate, that is brutal for a fan. That is a true football. Like, if you're still supporting Oldham and you're still grafting and turning up to watch them every week and you're buying the shirts and you're investing into the club, and for 30 years, mate, some people have been born and up until this point, I've never seen them lift a trophy or gain promotion.
That's mad, that, isn't it? The 1 point off getting out of the relegation zone, unbeaten in 5.
Wow. He's turned that around then, hasn't he?
And look, if he gets a win, they're up to like 17th, 18th.
Mad. Yeah, listen to this. Here's your Premier League. First Premier League season. 22 teams there was in it. I think it was 24 in the First Division. The original First Division, I think that had 24 in it. But the other one had... Right, so here we go. Right, so Man United, champions. Aston Villa, 2nd. Norwich, 3rd. This is 92-93 season. Norwich 3rd. I remember they used to challenge for the league for about 2 seasons. Yeah. Blackburn Rovers 4th. Queen's Park Rangers 5th. Liverpool 6th. Sheffield Wednesday 7th. Tottenham Hotspurs 8. Man City 9. Arsenal 10. Chelsea 11. Wimbledon 12. Everton 13. Sheffield United, 2 Sheffields was in there, 14. Coventry City 15. Ipswich Town 16. Leeds United 17, Southampton. I didn't know Southampton was in the first Premier League.
They were in for ages.
I thought they came into it a bit
No.
later on. Oldham 19th, Crystal Palace 20th relegated, Middlesbrough 21 relegated, Nottingham Forest 22 relegated. See you later, Pierre. Unlucky son.
Imagine that league now. Imagine that league table now. Like Arsenal, Chelsea, like Liverpool finished 6th.
Yeah.
Just a mad turnaround, isn't it, over the years?
Yeah, City 9th.
Imagine United winning a league.
Here's some statistics for you. Top goal scorers: Teddy Sheringham for Nottingham Forest and Tottenham, so he must have left halfway through the season. 22. Les Ferdinand, QPR. Dean Oldsworth, Wimbledon. He was good in, wasn't he?
I remember him at Bolton.
Mate, Dean Oldsworth was he was just a beast.
Yeah, he was quality.
Yeah, he was just if you don't like traditional strikers and you like more of the fluent, smooth, technically good players, you'll hate him.
Yeah.
And I used to hate Alan Shearer and Dean Oldsworth, but now I'm older, I appreciate what they did.
Yeah.
How they played, especially Alan Shearer. He don't get enough credit.
No, nowhere near
how unreal of a footballer he was. By the way, Mickey Quinn, Coventry City.
Mate, he finished in the 80s.
The oldest looking football player you'll ever see in your life. On the socials, mate, put a picture of Mickey Quinn up and put this sound bite of us talking about him. Because I'm putting him at 22, he looked 56. He had a tash, black hair. He was like a proper bear.
Yeah.
He looked like a bouncer. He looked like an old school bouncer, didn't it? Like an old school doorman. That's what he used to
Sorry,
look like.
mate, you can't get him.
But he was a finisher though.
Yeah.
Like Newcastle, Coventry, he was a finisher. Alan Shearer, Blackburn Rovers, 5, and on 16 goals. David White, Man City, what a player he was. Yeah. I'm a City fan, so I'm going to be a bit biased. Absolute baller. I played against him once when I was at, where was I? I was playing at a semi-pro team. I think it was, who was it? I can't remember. So I was playing, and it was a charity game for I think it was for prostate cancer or something like that.
Right.
And I'm going back probably 15 years, and we played against City legends, and David White played. He turned up. He was the weightiest guy I've ever seen. He was massive, big, really big, and he's a big footballer. He's like 6'3", 6'4" or something. But he was big. like rotund, like big. He scored an hat-trick. People couldn't touch him. He scored from in between the halfway line and the area. The ball come over his left shoulder. Remember, it's clear as day. Over his left shoulder to his right foot, volleyed it in the opposite top corner. Mate, one of the best goals I've seen in real life.
That reminds me, Masters football's back.
Oh, mate.
I've heard about that.
I've heard about that. And
so excited.
And the mad thing is people are in good condition now, so it'll be a good competitive.
It'll be a good and more.
Not like the older ones. Gordon Strachan trying it, and the guy's got no knees and no legs. Chris Armstrong, he was a good player. Eric Cantona leads at Man United, 15 goals. Brian Dean, the first ever Premier League goal scorer. There's a quiz question for you. Mark Hughes, Man United. Matt Letizia, class guy. He don't get enough recognition. One club man, dead club as well. One club man. Mate, the dead club. Sorry to any Southampton fans.
I remember the nets. And basically they were like one of them rebound nets, weren't they?
It was like playing against the wall.
Yeah.
You'd shoot it, hit the backboard, and you just come flying back out. The ref would be like, play on. And Ian Wright, Mark Robbins and Ian Wright. What a year, mate! What a year that was. Rod Wallace, mate. There were some players in there.
I know, crazy good.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna move this on to FIFA Beef of the Week. I think we've created a new segment here now.
FIFA Beef of the Week.
FIFA Beef of the Week. And I get so pissed off.
You need to get a soundbite where it does something like FIFA Beef of the Week.
I get so pissed off every week playing FIFA that I thought I'd bring it to the forefront. So my FIFA Beef of the Week, right? I'm in my Venezia safe. I've got one season left. Last season, so beginning of my penultimate season, bearing in mind, 2 seasons before that, qualified for Champions League. The previous season, qualified for Europa League, right? In the opening presser, which I always do the opening presser, it goes, do you think Vicenza are good enough to qualify for Europe? I'm like, mate, I've been in it for fucking 2 seasons. Like, sort your algorithms out. Oh, so fucking angry. But then, obviously, the choice is you can't say, like, yeah, dickhead.
I'm in the league.
Do your research. I'm currently in the fucking Champions League right now.
So what's your beef then?
Algorithms. So, they need to sort shit out. like, because I know my objectives that season when I qualified for Europa League were finish mid-table. When I finished in Champions League spot, my objections were finish in the top half, right? But just because the objections say that, like, this is what we're talking about, there's no previous history build-up, is there?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, you were in Europe last year, do you think you're good enough to maintain the challenge? No, it was, I think you're good enough to be in Europe, mate, a minute. But you can't say that, can you, in the press, because there's 3 shit fucking
I can't remember what game it was, and it might be an older FIFA, but it might have been an NFL game that I used to play. But, oh no, it wasn't, it was the F1 game. So, and what they used to do was, you used to have a load of different answers. So it'd be like, at the bottom, it'll have like a bar, and it'll have like 6 or 7 different answers. But you had a timer of 8 seconds.
Right.
So you can say the wrong thing. Whereas on FIFA, there's no timer. You've got 4 questions, you've got 4 answers.
Yeah.
And you can choose whether to be nice. Why would you ever put the angry answer?
No.
Because you know you're going to lose
morale. Yeah.
So you think, why the fuck would I do that? So
I mean, I'll probably do it at the end of this season when I'm fucking getting
see what happens.
See
if you get sacked for like, you should do, to be fair. But on the F1 game, you get like 8 seconds, so you're pretty much just scouring the questions. And then you're like, oh shit, I'm just going to have to pick that one. Because whatever you're on, it'll just select.
Right.
And you pick it, and then you'll just see him say it, and then you'll see his morale drop, and you'll think, oh, what the fuck have I said there? But I think that emulates real life.
Well, yeah, because you won't think about it. Would you want to sit there and go, hang on a minute, what sort of answer shall I give in? And you'd be like,
answer the question.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's my FIFA beef of the week. Your fucking algorithms. Sort shit out.
Just give, but I reckon on the, because this FIFA isn't. I don't think it was designed for the PS5.
Yeah, PS4.
No, I don't think it was designed for the PS5.
Oh right.
I think they've just gone right. Here's a PS4 one last year when it first come out. Then we'll just continue it, but just tidy it up a little bit for
next
PS5.
year.
I reckon next year's you'll have so much more variety over. Like it's the first year we're doing Creation Centre, creating the clubs and stuff like that. I think there'll be a lot more detail in it because of the size of the console that you can play it on now. So I think that the next FIFA will be the first proper PlayStation. Like, I mean, I know we don't talk about other games because we fucking love FIFA, but I've seen the trailer for Grand Theft Auto,
right,
and that's pretty much made for the PlayStation 5.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think if next year, I reckon the algorithms will be better. I reckon you'll have more of a way to say what you think rather than just which have been mint. That'd be class.
Yeah. Have you got any FIFA beefs?
Oh yeah, I've already had this beef, the same beef. They keep selling me players, man. The board keeps selling me players.
You messaged me saying, I don't know if it was you, but like they've sold me a player, and I was like, mate, that was you. And he went, oh shit, yeah, they've fucking done it to me before.
So they did it with my centre half. So I'm doing all right at the minute. Like you've had proper slugs and troubles, haven't you?
Yeah.
In yours, because of the philosophy that you're going with.
So, let's go on restrictions now. The fucking restrictions.
Yeah, so not philosophies, restrictions that you've given yourself. Whereas mine, I'm just managing the club and just trying to. I went from having no money to where I am now, and I think I'm in the year 26-27 season, or 27-28 actually.
Right.
I'm in the Champions League, won the Europa League last year. In the Champions League, just qualified from the groups. I'm in the last 16. I think I'm in March at the minute. I'm eighth in the league, but from 8th to 3rd, it's like 3 points in it.
Tight.
So it's tight. I'm 8th in the league, but I said to you, didn't I keep when I've got a league game, and then 3 days later I've got the Champions League. I keep resting players to play in the Champions League, which is I'm getting my ass smacked because the players aren't as good. Because my squad is big now, but it's not as. I've not got two great 11s.
Yeah,
I've not got a player for every position. But what keeps happening, what's happened now, I think this is the second time it's happened, is I've got a player and they'll go up about 10 points. So I hired the centre half that Real Madrid signed. I brought him in, and he was like, what was he? He was like, 72 rated. And when Real Madrid went for him, he was 83, 84.
Right.
So Real Madrid put a bid in for him, and I declined the bid. I was like, nah, 60 million, no chance. Then they come in again. Like, so usually another team will bid, and I've not got him. I didn't like block any bids or anything like that. And so I cancelled it again, rejected it again, and then a big one come. I think it was like 82 million. Like, I thought 82 million. I contemplated it, but I thought, nah, he's too good.
Yeah.
Rejected it because he was just generating. He was just getting better and better. Then I got an email as soon as I've gone off and skipped to the next couple of days. I got an email saying the player's unsettled and he wants to go to his dream club or something daft like that. I don't know what the actual words what he said. So we're selling him. Not we're putting him on a transfer window.
No, he's just off, mate.
He's gone. So then when I went into the transfer
immediately
hub,
as well.
Yeah, I went into the transfer hub and it was saying pending, like the deal's being done. And then exactly the same things happened with so I like having a one club man at my team.
Right.
So when I took over Malaga, when I took the Malaga job, there was Brandon Thomas he's played all over in Spain. He was 24 when I had him, so he's like in his 30s now. But he's gone from being like a 69, 70 rated player to an 84 rated player, and he's my top striker. He scores all my goals and was the top scorer in the league last year. Everything plays around him. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, mate, he's been there since I got him.
Yeah.
He's my main guy. And the same things happened to him with AC Milan. I declined the offer. Another offer come back in. I declined it again, and then fucking the club just said, yeah, he's going, mate. And then
sack the board.
And he's
go on strike.
And he's got to do a Van Hooijdonk and go on strike. So that's my FIFA beef of the week.
Just the board getting involved.
But that's like real life though, so I can't really beef that much, can I?
I'm into my 15th season now, and I've not had that. Touch wood.
Yeah.
There's no wood. Touch wood. I've not had it yet. I've got one transfer window left. So I'm into like October, something, November.
Yeah, I've got a good little squad. I mean, my squad's quite good. I've been looking at. We was talking about this the other day. You know, when you go into the player hub where it's got all the stats and stuff that, and it's got a thumbs up, thumbs down if they're performing well, if they're not playing matches. And I've started loaning them out now. If they're not happy with if the performance is low.
Yeah.
Or if short term loaning them. So I short term loaned that. Remember I told you I signed that Rossi and he was class.
Yeah.
Signed that Rossi on, mate. It was unreal. If you don't know who he is, he's called Diego Rossi and he played at LAFC. Now he's at Galatasaray or somewhere. He's at Galatasaray or Fenerbahce in real life. So I've signed him, got him for cheap. And he's like 86, 87 rating. First season he was unreal. just played him on the wing. He was just scoring,
just
assisting,
run free.
Now he played like 18 games up until January, and he'd not scored a single goal. I made an assist.
I hate when a season happens like that. Like they've had a ball in a season, and the season after they just go completely missing.
So they did do a Rashford. So I just fingered. I just put him up for loan. And he's gone to, I can't remember where he's gone now. He got to Juventus on a short-term loan. I thought, send him out on loan. When he comes back, he'll be firing again.
Mate, them
I've
loans
never done
have
that
worked well for me.
Yeah.
Told you, like, two of my players, my last one, +10. I'm averaging a lot of them are like +7, +8 when they come back. Never had it. Usually loan, it just keeps them happy, doesn't it?
So I don't really do it. I just usually leave him sat in the squad and just playing in cup games. But like yours has been growing loads.
Yeah. Because obviously I've had to plan over seasons because I can't bring anybody in. I've had to rely on youth or regens, and the regens, to be fair, is shit now. You know, because all the big players have now retired.
Yeah, so it's just the mediocre players.
Yeah. So like your regens like 71 or something. A lot of my teams are 75, 80s. Got this D'Angelo, so I brought him through. I got Fontana, he was fucking brilliant.
Love this D'Angelo.
Yeah. Oh mate, right. So we were talking other week, weren't we? When we went to Pixels. We were playing with PSG, and it was like playing with ice, wearing it under the feet.
Just gliding.
This D'Angelo is exactly the same, but the rest of my team are like stuck in mud compared to him. Mate, he's scoring for fun. Yeah. I think he scored 30 odd goals last year in about 20 odd appearances. Like, the guy just bags for fucking fun. I said to you last night, didn't I? Is there any chance of me getting a youth player and just saving him and then putting him in mid-team whenever I want, because he's that fucking mustard?
Imagine if you could do that.
Oh, but the thing is, like, what I've had to do this year, because it's my final year now, and it's a bit of a weird one. I don't know if many people have got to the final year, but it's a weird, because you know you're finishing. So I've got this massive squad of 37, which I've been loading out, and just constantly like recycling and seeing who's what. But now I'm like, there's no point loading out, so I've just sold them all the players that I would have loaned out, and I'm like, objectives are like fucking pointless doing that, mate. I like,
especially if it's 2-3 years. I do this in 3 years time.
I know, fuck that. But I need to win Serie A. This is my last shot, because I've won all the other 4. I've won everything in every league, barring the Portugal one, obviously, when I first started. Yeah. And I need to win it all. Just huge pressure, but I'm fucking motoring now. I'm motoring up. I got within 2 points last season. I was close.
But you dropped off though, didn't you?
I got really close to
Milan. You went from like 6 and then you went down to 11 points behind.
Me start the season shite every single time. 4 or 5 games I lose, and then Milan just come out of nowhere. They've been shit for fucking like 10 years. And Juventus usually won. They've won. I think I've been in the league 7 years and they've won 6 titles out of it. So I'm like, right, beat Juventus. Anyway, AC Milan just had this fucking amazing season. I got within, I think, 4 points with them to play, and then my team was crumbled, and I ended up in 3rd, finishing about 17 points behind them.
It's mad, I think, how like my dip that I have is usually about November.
Is it?
So I have a really good start, and then in this career with Malaga, I always have really good starts in all of the seasons I've played. Then I get to November and I just can't buy a win. Like, I just have a massive dip. I'll lose 4,
I hate them pads.
Draw, and that'll run till January, and then I'll come back in.
Like they're called.
Pretty much, but yeah. Well, then you have that little off season bit, like 2 week break.
Yeah.
And then you come back in mid-Jan, and I came back and I beat Real Madrid 1-0. Like, and then I played someone else, beat them 4-0, and I was like,
you're just off.
What's happened here? Like, do you know what I mean? That going away for that warm weather training sorted them out. It's not even real.
Mine's always on the Vicenza one anyway. Start and end.
Is it?
Yeah. So, but I've got myself in 2 points now.
The end's good. I think the end of the seasons are really good, aren't they?
Yeah. I always wanted to speed up because I always want to just know when I'm finishing.
Yeah.
But this year, like, I'm thinking look, I've not jumped in many games. I try not to, but I've got both them forwards up front. I've been playing with one, but they're fucking both mint. I think they've scored about 15 and 9 between them already, and I've just got basically 4 attacking and the rest just defending. But yeah, the pressure to win it. I'm like, I need to win every game. I need to
but the thing is you're feeling like that because if you don't win that league in that last season of your 15 seasons, you'll feel like it's a massive failure.
Yeah.
But if you look back, if you go into your stats, your managerial stats, you'll see that you've won pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But you'll still be proper gutted.
I know.
Because you didn't win Italy.
I know. And I actually thought, cause I think I had 7 seasons when I took over. I thought, all right, I'll implement the youth, the Atletico Bilbao, and by the 4th season, I'll be rocking and rolling. But
Which took ages.
Oh mate, it's been. I think the thing is with it, if you're ever going to do it, is you never jump to that next level that you need to. Or like for me, my defence has always been really soft. So usually go out and buy a better defender, but you can't because you've got to rely on what's coming through. Yeah. That's why I've been loaning it out and trying to get them through, and it's tough like that because you think I can't just go out and get the players that I need. But at the same time, you're bringing players through who are fucking brilliant as well. So it's a head fuck, but at the same time,
it's enjoyable.
I can't wait for the shackles to be off on next one.
Do you know what's mad? Like, I think when I did the MLS one, I did it based on the financial restrictions of what they do in their league. That was exciting because I knew, like, every season that went on, I knew it was going to get to a point where I'm going to have to renew contracts, and if they don't take, if they want more money, I'm going to have to sell them. Yeah. So like, I couldn't keep big players. I had
so pissed off myself, but at the same time thinking, I've done this to myself. So.
Yeah, but I think for the guys that love playing career mode like us, like it makes the career.
It's just something different in it as well.
Do you know what? It should be a feature that they put in the game.
Yeah.
You know, like they've got a financial takeover, and you should be able to go in the stats and go Athletic Bilbao model. Do you know what I mean? I think you should. I think that would be a good feature to add to the new FIFA.
Emulate real life.
Exactly that. Yeah. Like if you're, I don't know, if you're what team am I thinking of? Like a feeder club that just signs, like Porto as an example, the Moneyball club. Like there should be a Moneyball option that you can do where you only sign players that are priced at X amount of money, cheap, and they only acquire X amount of salary. Yeah. Like that way, then your job in that club is to continuously keep bringing money in to keep that club massive. But your job's to find the next big thing, the next big star. Like I think them little features when you start a career mode class.
Usually, most FIFA career modes, they're the same, aren't they? And that's where people like. I remember back in Elmate Manager, they used to have scenarios like objectives where you'd take over a club and your objective was to stay up. Yeah. Or just, but obviously if we can do that with FIFA and just change it a little bit, because a lot of the time it's just based on winning everything you can, but like this would be a Vicenza one, just bringing youth and quote unquote just keeping them from Venice. It's been fucking tough.
I think what they should introduce as well is like financial like you can now give them financial backing where they can have a financial takeover and have £1 billion in the bank, but it should do where you can be bankrupt and have no money whatsoever,
like a derby.
Yeah. Like your club has just happened to your club. Yeah. Like,
because I think as well, even though nobody likes to play FIFA career mode or any like football manager game on that end, because you won't be winning everything, but it brings something different, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And I think for guys that are our age that love playing it, it'll give us something to talk about on socials if we're not too old for socials. It'll give us something to chat about. And there's so many guys that are ashamed to talk about. Yeah. Mate, there's so many guys that are in our age range.
My mate put some on Twitter the other day and they were like, mate, like on FIFA it's criminal if you've got Haaland in your career mode. Because he just bought Haaland. And I was like, I inherited him at United, fucking one of the best strikers, apart from D'Angelo now, I've ever played with. And then somebody else had put, oh, I'm a little bit too old to be playing FIFA, or to be commenting on this type of thing. And I'm like, no, you're not. If you play, do you know what I mean? Like, my father-in-law has got an Xbox, he's 70, still plays. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're never too old.
But I think it's our generation though. Yeah. Like, our generation was gamers. Like, we come from the old school video game. Like, you'd go, like, remember going to Blackpool when you was a kid and getting to play on the Turtle games and going and playing on the arcade games, and then they brought out the Amstrads and the Spectrums, and you'd play on them, and then it evolved.
Remember the one joystick jump with?
Then it evolved to an Atari, and then he was playing an Atari, loving life, and then they brought out the I think it was Was it a Master System? Sony
Master System.
What was it?
Sega
Master System.
Mega Drive, no?
Sega Master System. And that had Alex the Kid built in.
Right.
Like that, and then games started to evolve from that. Like that's our generation. I mean, I remember being in school when the Mega Drive come out and Sonic come out, and the world stood still.
Yeah.
For this mad
game.
You
had Sonic and Mario, didn't you?
Yeah, but with Sonic, because it was so bright, like Mario was just like straight up platform, guy in his overalls,
Sonic was like fast.
Sonic
as well,
was like it was fast. It was like colourful lights. Like that's our generation. So why the fuck the guys our age hide the fact that they play these games? Like
I won't mind the kids who are like been giving us shit on TikTok now. Yeah. In 20, 30 years,
they're going to be doing
because that's all they've ever known.
Yeah, and the thing is we miss things because of where we're at in our lives. We've got families, we've got kids who are gamers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've got a 10-year-old who games out of her head, but she knows hacks. She knows this. She knows that. She knows what to go on you. Like these kids now go on YouTube and they watch a guy play a game and give them all the information. They don't find it out themselves anymore.
No, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what we do.
Like
and that's
Resident Evil back in the day, we just had to figure
it out. Yeah. And oh mate, yeah, and a Tomb Raider, like
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid. But that's what I think with this FIFA group of guys like us. Like we've come from playing Champ Manager, and the career mode is the next best thing to play, and you can jump in and play it, which is class. What FIFA have created. I just think adding them little things in the career mode, saying like, do you want to give your club this? Do you want to do that? Like, this is your career.
Yeah,
is it
going to be more options?
Is it going to be a Moneyball career? Is it going to be this? Yeah. Like, if you did the Atletico Bilbao career, then it would only send you players, and you probably your transfer when you go into your transfer hub, it'll probably show you players that are eligible for you because of where they are.
Yeah, like pre-made sort of
thing. Yeah. I think that would be class because like we've done that for the past couple of years now. We created. Like, we go into FIFA, but then we go right with this team, and then we create our own rules, which makes the career mode a hell of a lot easier. If you're anything like I used to be playing FIFA, I used to play a career for 2 years, get bored, and then go into a new career, start a new career, do for 2-3 years, and then get bored, and then do another one. 2-3 years, get bored, do another one. As soon as you've got your own objectives that you've set, like the one that I had for Malaga was to turn them into a global, and then yours to win every division, like, and then when you did that, and then you moved to Italy, you decided to do the Atletico Bilbao thing.
Yeah.
The reason why you're at season 15 is because you've had you've given yourself those restrictions, and it's made it more interesting for you to try and win things with it.
It'd be a lot more interesting if I fucking win it. I've never, though, in like all my history of like managerial games, never gone this long in terms of seasons and the gameplay.
Not one
fuck all.
Yeah.
Like I won a pre-season tournament last season, and that was the only bit of silverware I've got of the Jensen.
So you've only got a couple of months left.
I'm literally in October now, so I've got 3/4 of the season left.
So, and when that's done, like I've still got a couple of seasons left, me, haven't I? So when does it?
Mate, I better get a testimonial.
When's it finish? 36.
36, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in 27, so I've got 10 years.
Yeah.
So we're gonna when yours finishes, we're gonna start a new one, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
the only thing I've not done on FIFA 22 is playing the English one.
Yeah.
So it's create a team.
Yeah, and climb the divisions.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do, because I've been so keen to do this creation one, and we've never done one. So like I want to do one, and we're going to do the same, or we're just going to create our own teams. Are we going to do the Manchester thing?
I'm going to do the Manchester one.
Yeah.
Are we going to put each other in each other's team?
I think what we should do is I'll just put me in mine, and you just put you in yours.
Oh, okay. I think you can hack it in mine.
No, I'm just thinking. I just think it would be like if you.
I'd love to do create one of like all your mates.
You wouldn't be able to put them in a creation team, though, would you?
I don't know.
Because I think that what we'll have to do is create ourselves, put us in free agents, start the career, and then sign us straight away.
I better remember.
Yeah, and the mad thing is if we try and did that with 12 of our mates,
I can imagine, yeah.
You'd be like, oh, he's left. He's
gone
got to sign with someone else.
What a bastard.
You wouldn't have the money as well.
Supposed to be my pal, you.
So what? Like, well, let's because it's by this time next week, next podcast.
Yeah,
we're gonna have started it.
Yeah, because I'd have been finished. I'd hopefully finish mine.
So let's map it out now then before we clock off.
Right.
Let's map out who's doing what. Are you gonna go low to no money, low star club, work your way up? Or
I'm probably gonna go I don't even know what the options are.
So,
I've not even been in the fixtures,
right,
so I don't know.
So the options, what you can do is you can give them you can put them in any league you want.
Yeah.
So start them in League 2. You can give them you can make them 5-star rated team and give them all the money in the world.
Nah, it's boring. I don't
Shit. Or you could go half a star team or 1-star team. Hardly any money.
What's the least rated one in League 2?
I think it's 1 star.
I'll just whoever I'm replacing, whoever that is.
Take their star rating.
Was it Sutton?
I don't know who I'm gonna take. To be fair.
The lowest rating ones, Barrow. One of them two.
Yeah, but if they're doing good in real life, do you not want to keep them in?
No, the fuck.
Right, so whoever's got the lowest rating.
Lowest rating, yeah.
So
I'm gonna take them out and replace them with.
Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Wrexham in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For shits and giggles.
So I'm gonna swap me for the lowest rated side and Wrexham for the next lowest rated side. That's it.
There's only Wrexham in the rest of the world.
Just bear in mind, I don't know how anal this is of me, but just bear in mind, if you swap yourself for Sutton and Sutton are a southern side,
yeah,
then you're gonna, when you go in the Johnson's Paint Trophy or what the frig they call it these days, you'll be playing against all the southern teams and you'll be Manchester River.
Probably go Barrow then.
Why? Where are they?
Up north, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah. Lake District way.
Are they? I might just take Oldham out.
Oh, I need to take Oldham out. Do you know what's funny though? Do you know what's funny? Every single season I check all other leagues, all main ones. Oldham's still in League 2.
So that's why I might take them out. I might be like, you've had your turn, boys. See you later.
I don't think I could take Oldham out, mate.
Why?
I think because they're like a staple of the league. I think like a Barrow or something. Fucking
traditional Premier League side.
All
right. I'll just replace it for another northern side then.
1 star.
Yeah, and I'm going to put Wrexham in as well, just for shits and giggles to see how good they do. You know what I mean? They're on the game. You might as well use them. You know what I mean? They never get in Europe. I've never played against them in a European competition because they're like 2 stars or something. Yeah, shit. So, and what are you going to do in terms of money?
So what are the options?
So the options are go big.
No.
Give yourself shitloads of money. Go for it.
I'm just probably going to be below average to average team.
Well, the thing is the average teams are they've probably got £1 million in the bank. That's what they've probably got.
Because a lot of mine, especially when I'm in the lower divisions, free agents.
I've had £1 million in the bank before when I did the Malaga one, and even to set up a youth academy was graft. As soon as I set that youth academy up and sent a scout out to scout,
money gone.
All gone. I had no money to remember when I said to you, I then looked at trying to renew contracts. I had like 218 grand left, so I could only renew 4 contracts, and then the rest.
Probably keep myself so uncomfortable.
What I was thinking about doing was giving myself 5 mil because you've got to sign your player.
Yeah.
So sign your player, and then invest all the money into a youth system.
Yeah, and that's what it'd be.
That youth system wages, so that then at the end of that first blowout, you've got no money to show for it. Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Probably similar. I'd say a lot of the time, I just go free agents for when I first start, especially if it's because I don't like spending money, mate. Like, if I need to, I'll go out, but I never spend ridiculous amounts of money. I'd never blow like 100 million on a player. Right. I think that's just in real life. I'm a tight arm. I fucking hate spending money, so I can't justify it.
Have we got Manchester's longs, mate? And I don't think I've tried typing. You can fit Manchester, but we can't fit fuck all else.
Well, I don't know Manchester or just go Haywood.
Are you going Haywood?
Maybe.
So you're just going to go town team, local.
Let's go local.
I'll do it as well then. I'll just go local.
I think it'd be quite fun to see Haywood chipping about.
Imagine that, Middleton and Haywood in the Premier League.
Just because Manchester's already there, he's not in the city.
I think right, do that. Do where you're originally from.
Yeah.
Haywood town, born and raised, and I'm Middleton.
Well, I think I was going to go Haywood FC.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go Middleton FC, straight up, dead easy to do. Yeah, and then what we'll do is next week we'll feed back because we've got to create the kits, we've got to create the badge. Mate, I'm just chatting about that shit and doing that. Mate, I'm going to do it straight after this podcast. I'm that excited.
Well, Haywood's colours are yellow and black.
Yeah, but you can make what you want.
I know, but I like if you're taking over like Haywood.
Yeah, but you're not, because they don't exist.
Well, they used to.
Okay.
They were fucking big us back in the day.
I'm doing whatever.
In the 1800s. But I like to if I was to create I was going to say Stoke then, but a Rochdale team, just for I know they exist, but whatever their town colours are.
Whatever their crest is.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Oh, Middleton's is white and red though, man. I'm fucking making a white and red kit. No.
I don't know why Haywood's yellow and black, I'll be honest.
I might go purple, you know.
Because Manchester's yellow
Black and gold.
with the bees and that.
I might, yeah. So what you do? Black and gold?
Yeah, I like a black and gold kit.
Alright, you go black and gold.
I might just go black though, with a hint. Instead of going the yellow
all
kit.
black kit. I was going to go all black kit. That's what I was going to do.
Because I don't think there's many black kits out there, is it? Just piss me off with Vicenza, by the way, who are a black kit. If I jump in, the referee's fucking in black. The amount of times I've passed that knowledge.
Yeah, but if you was to start the game, he wouldn't be.
I've passed to him and fucking lost the ball. Frick.
There's not many all white kits, is there, in English football? Leeds?
Spurs, is that all white?
Nah, blue shorts, blue socks. Is there any?
All white. I think it just might be Leeds.
I think I might be right. Just Leeds.
There's definitely no all black ones.
Do you know what I might do? The kit that I had on the last episode, the Miami one, I might just create that, emulate that.
What is it, pink?
White with a pink trim.
Yeah.
Just go with that. All white shorts.
Maybe randomise it.
Nah, not doing that. I'm not playing your game. Randomise it. I might go proper traditional as well though, like be proper like, right, we're a Mancunian club, we're from Manchester, Umbro's a British make. We're wearing Umbro kits. That's
yeah.
Straight up, no fucking about Adidas and fucking Nike and all that shit.
I mean, to be fair, I could create girls and Ashton.
You could.
They've got this kit on it, I know
yeah,
that.
You have, yeah.
When I work in
you
that.
could, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that though.
No.
Haywood. Yeah.
Haywood all day. Right. I feel like I want to spend about 4 days just creating this. I've never started, mate. I'm still trying to figure out how my kit looks.
Should I do what you've done with Vicenza and just have it players from English players?
Oh, mate, it's hard though. I'll tell you now. It's alright maybe over a period, but 7th season in, I'm fucking bored.
But I think in League 2 it'd be easier.
I think when you're starting in League 2, I think you've got to an extent of youth and free agents.
I'm doing that.
You're just gonna go from mid.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go guys from Manchester.
Yeah,
you can't just from Midland. The population's about 20,000, mate. That's it, done.
Anywhere inside the M60, you're eligible.
I might have to change it to a Manchester team.
I'm not me. No way.
I'm gonna do what you've done and go what you've done with Vicenza and just go strictly players from that area. Yeah.
Happy days. Right, we'll come back next week and find out how far we've got into creating this. Right, everyone have a good weekend. A good weekend? Well, I don't even know where it was then. What day are we on? You know?
Just have a good time.
Just have a good time. Don't forget we're on socials, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Keep giving us shit.
Come and give us some shit. See you later.
There's Kate.
Hi mate.
Hiya.
Email you sent me with Rebecca Phillips. You've sent me before. Sorry I've not updated you.